Hey everyone, it's Justin Michael, and of course I'm outside again because the weather's beautiful, and I think this is just becoming my new tarot space here. It's really actually very relaxing, so and I do spend a lot of time outdoors, and the fact that I'm not working and we're quarantined, I really don't have anything else to do, so I just come out and walk every day, and then I end up sitting down with my cards. Although today I didn't walk yet. I'm going to walk after I do this. I'm going to drop my bag off and stuff. But so this is going to be a short video. It's a VR response to Simon from the Hermit's Cave. My SoulDeck. I missed his first one. I think that predates my my time as a channel. I think it's probably before my time. I do remember it. I remember watching them, but I just don't think I was around to participate. But so I was thinking, what is a SoulDeck? What does that actually mean? Is it a favorite deck? Could you have both a favorite deck and a SoulDeck and have them be different? Not really sure. I think I'm just going to really focus on. I think for me, I think that this deck is both my favorite and my SoulDeck. The reason it's my favorite is because it's first off, it was my very first tarot ever. It's the Rider-Waite-Smith, but the specific version is this specific deck, which is the Centennial version. So in a sense, the Rider-Waite-Smith is my favorite because of my history with RWS. I got my first deck when I was about 12, and I've just been connected to these cards pretty much since then. When I decided to get back into tarot a few years back, I bought a few decks before I got this, and my old RWS was long lost, and I didn't have an RWS, but I wanted something that I just liked, like aesthetically, and the art. So I picked the Taramuka, and actually my partner bought that for me. So it was kind of cool, and I still love that deck. But as I was starting to read books and to really focus and learn the tarot, I realized that, hey, I should really get a copy of this RWS. So I did some research, and I said I wanted to buy the right deck because I knew there were a lot of different versions out there, and I wanted to be happy with it. So I read a lot of reviews, and I wanted something close to the original, that I could get. I knew that the newer decks that are made in Italy, they don't have the proper font and things like that. So what I came up with was the Centennial, and I ordered this, and I love this. So I guess that's partially why it's my favorite. Why it's my SoulDeck, I think, is part of that, is part of it being my favorite, but I also think it has to do with the history of this specific deck. All the people that shuffled this, the time that I got this, what I learned. It represents sort of my tarot journey and my the whole process, and also because of getting into tarot, I got into Carl Jung, and I started to really learn things about myself and about psychology that I was never really interested in before, and it represents sort of a change in my personality and some growth that took place. But this deck, is the one that I really first bonded with. It's like a first love or something, you know what I mean? It's like, I bonded with this deck, and it was the first deck that I truly bonded with, and I think it'll always be my favorite in that regard. Even though now I'm like reading more with Marseille decks a lot, this is still something I actually use this deck still just about every day. Not every day, but just about every day. So it's both my favorite and my SoulDeck. I think so. What is it about a deck of cards? Because this is just a deck of cards. It's paper and ink. But what makes something like this sort of special to us? And I think that's it's because of it has images that are archetypal, that have come from, for instance, in this case, Pamela Coleman Smith, came from her psyche. You know, it came from deep down in her psyche, and in a sense, that came from the collective unconscious too, because, you know, that this is why paintings and art and things like tarot cards, other people can connect with, because they're archetypal, you know, and so they do something to our unconscious, you know. So yeah, so that's this, and I've read so many people over the years with this, and it just remains to be my favorite deck that I could not live without. And if there was a fire, it would be the one, and I could only grab one deck, it would be this. It would absolutely be this. So that's that one, and then I have a couple close seconds, not in any particular order, but I really love, I'll show you this one first. I love Le Tarot Noir. I think it's just a beautiful deck. It's not a functional deck for me. I don't really read with it often. I do some things with it, but it's not a deck I use every day, but I love the art on this. I really love the art. It's beautiful, and it's such a beautiful deck too. It's got this nice gild and the really nice black backs, you know. It's a shame because the book that comes with it is all in French, but this has just been my certainly my favorite Marseille deck. So, you know, and I got this deck because I was watching a YouTube video and I saw this image behind the young lady who was doing the video somewhere in the back, and I had to send her a message. I said, "What is that deck? You know, I have to get it because that Hermit card is just beautiful." And she said, "Oh, that's Le Tarot Noir. It's out of print right now, I think." You know, so I did some research, and finally, I think it was on the Hermit's Cave group, somebody told me that you could actually get it from Amazon France. So I ordered this deck. I had it like translate everything on the site in English because they don't have like English, you know. So I ordered it from France in French, and I wasn't sure, you know, if I successfully purchased the deck or not, but it showed up, and so the rest is history. So I love this deck. It's just a great. Let me show you a couple more, just in case you haven't seen. And the pips are beautiful also. You know, it's just a beautiful deck. Oh, and that bag just keeps flying around. So, I guess the other deck that I really like, I figured I'd pick three and just tell you about them. So, you know, this is my SoulDeck. That's that. But these are sort of close. This is Tarot Classic, Stuart Kaplan. A.G. Muller, they printed these back in the 70s, and I would always see these images around, and I would say, what deck is that? I love that deck. The colors in this deck just really move me. They give me just a really nice warm feeling. It draws me in, you know? And I just love the images, and I love the colors, and if you look close, you can see that, you know, it was colored by a colored pencil. But I just really love the images, and this was just like a simple little deck back in the 70s, probably cost $5 or something, you know, but now it's a bit rare and a collectible. But I just love it, and it has these backs which remind me of like a French fry container, you know. Oh, he's upside down. He's supposed to be upside down. I always do that. So this deck actually reminded me of the New Choice, you know, the New Choice Tarot de Marseille. The same colors are in this deck that are in this, and I wonder if Roz actually drew inspiration from that. Everybody knows the New Choice. I'm not going to do too much of a walkthrough with this, but part of the reason I like the New Choice, color-wise, was because it reminded me of the Tarot Classic. Just has those like really nice greens and pinks in there and yellows that remind me of that Tarot Classic. I don't know. Does anybody know if this was sort of the inspiration for, if the Tarot Classic was an inspiration for New Choice? I wonder. Really beautiful. But anyway, I guess that's about it. I just wanted to do the VR response to Simon. That's my SoulDeck. These are close, you know, in the running. And I guess that's about it for today. So thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody's doing well. And I guess we'll talk soon. Bye.